What is going on, everybody? Blake with the Linux Fraud, and today, as you can see, I'm on GNOME, and I thought, hey, I gotta whip up a VM. Let's try GNOME Boxes. I usually use Virt Manager. I really like it. Granted, I don't even use Virt Manager. I don't think. I know I don't use it to the extent that it can be used. If you look in the config file, there are a ton of different things that you can do with like libvirt, and because Virt Manager is just a front end for KVM. There's a lot of shit you can do with it. And so I figured, you know what, hey, I'm trying out GNOME again. Not trying out, but I'm using GNOME again. Let's give GNOME Boxes a try. I've never used GNOME Boxes. I open it up. The first little pop-up menu looks great. I will say that GNOME doesn't look bad. It looks good, so any applications on it look good. I open it up. I'm like, okay, this is going to be straightforward. This is what I'm going to need, or this is going to suit me a little bit better than Virt Manager, because like I said, Virt Manager, for what I use it for, is a little overkill. I'm thinking, cool, this will be good. Man, maybe other people have used it and it's worked out great. It must hate me, because literally, I could not. Here, I'll even show you. I'll put up a video, some B-roll right now. Not really, it's not B-roll. B-roll is beautiful and cinematic. This is not B-roll. I'll show you a screenshot, or I'll play a video of me trying it for the first time. Most of the time, it recognizes what operating system you have based on your ISO for the most part. I don't know if it's because of the odd name that Endeavor has for its latest ISO. That's honestly probably why. But yeah, so you throw your ISO in, you pick the operating system, and it even lets you choose from UEFI or the legacy BIOS, which is kind of cool. And then you go down here, although it starts at 64 megabits, right? And you can just type it in, but never have I ever had to, at least with, well, I've only used two other virtualization managers, VirtualBox, and then I moved on to Virt Manager. And the thing is you can see, is like as I got down to the storage limit, like it's just weird, right? I don't, not weird, it's just a little, like I'm trying to put in 30 gigabytes, right? Just for just a little bit of storage for the VM. And since it's still on bytes, I've got 3,000 bytes in there. And what, like, usually on a different, like say on Virt Manager, right? You can type in how much you want, like for memory, you could put 4096 and it's going to have megabytes. It only measures it in megabytes for the memory at least. But like here, I'll throw up some footage of Virt Manager, right? And as you can see here, after you pick the ISO, you can pick the memory and the CPUs, which is one thing I noticed that you couldn't do on GNOME Boxes. Now, I haven't looked in the settings. You could do that, so I'm not sure. But right there on the menu, you couldn't choose. And then you can go forward and then pick the disk space. But see here, gigabits is, like, you can't change that. It's just specifically on gigabits. So when I type in 40, it's going to be like 40 gigs of fucking disk space, right? When you go over to GNOME Boxes, it's not like that. So when you can actually type either bits or you could type anything in there if you wanted. Obviously, it wouldn't register, but so when I go and try to type 30 in, like 30 gigs, it's going to give me 30 bits or whatever. At this point, I was trying to do math. I don't know the exact amount of bits to fucking gigabits ratio or what the fuck ever. I don't know. It's just a weird choice, I guess. Like, just have memory at gigabits, because nobody's going to want just 500 or like 500 megabits of memory. Sure, maybe there's some use cases out there, but come on, for the most part, you're going to want anywhere from 4 to 8 gigabytes of memory. Just keep that at gigabits. Or if you want to keep it in megabits, that's fine too, because you can just do like 4096 is what, probably like 40 or like 4 gigabytes, or not gigabytes, gigabits or whatever. It's something around there. It's like 4 point something, I'm sure. But for storage limit, nobody's going to want a gig of memory or less than a fucking gig of memory on their storage. Most distributions have to have, 20 anyway. So I just thought that was it's very nitpicky, I know, but I just thought it was weird. That's all. But anyway. And then after that, I go to create and it just freezes up. Like the GNOME boxes just, or whatever boxes, just completely freezes up. I go to try to create it. It doesn't create. I cancel it out. I try a few more times. And it's like it freezes. It doesn't do anything. So after all this, I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to create this invert manager, right? But I come back to it because I'm like, you know what, let me restart my computer. Let me give it the benefit of the doubt. I restart my computer. And then I open up GNOME Boxes, and there's like 25 different Endeavor instances in the menu. So I got one. This is the newest one. I finally got it open. That was the thing. So it would never create. So I was like, well, let me try again after seeing 28 of them. I haven't tried to open any of these. But then I got one working. That's this little flashing one down here. And then another thing, I go in and I'm trying to set the screen resolution, 1920 by 1080, but yet it's still weird. It's not, it's off. It almost looks like I have it at like 1920 by 1200 or something. I don't know. It's just weird. And that's where my journey ends with GNOME Boxes. I mean, I know this is just sounds kind of ranty and shit, and it really, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. But I just kind of thought it was comical, I guess, and I wanted to share it with you. So that was the video. If you liked it, hit that like button. It helps the channel out more than you know. If you want to support the channel even more, go ahead and check out our Patreon, which, granted, it's not a lot over there. I'm not focusing so much on that. I have one patron, which I think is super awesome. They obviously just wanted to help out a small Linux creator, right? But yeah, there's not much over there. All I really do is just re-upload my YouTube videos. I'm trying to come up with like shit to do, an incentive to go over there, because I don't know, it's just fun. I like to create things. But yeah, it's a lot of shit to do, for one person. But whatever, it's cool. It's fun. Just if you do want to support the channel even more, go ahead over there. There will eventually be some more stuff. I've got some ideas. But yeah. But other than that, I'm really just trying to focus on making videos and stuff for, creating content to put up on YouTube, just to make, kind of get a foundation, I guess, first. But all of the subscribers that I have gotten in the last, like, I don't know, month or so, I've gotten like 300 new subscribers or something. Welcome. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content. If you have any suggestions or want to see anything, of course, let me know down in the comments. Consider subscribing, because there's a bunch of people who watch the videos, but they don't want to subscribe. So just consider it if you want to. Other than that, I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Have a great night, or day, wherever, or whatever time of the day it is for you. Hope you have a great one, and we'll see you in the next one.